Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for this episode 4 of the Can You Survive FS25 challenge here on Riverbend Springs. This is the 150 hour update, and it has not escaped my attention that I need to get a wiggle on, because the challenge is to do 1,500 hours on this map over the course of the life of FS25. And we are fast approaching the 1 year anniversary. And if things go as they have in the past, that means I should be at like 500 hours. So I really need to get a wiggle on. Now, we are actually at 160 hours. I had to go forward a little bit for reasons that I'll explain in just a moment. But first, let us look at some statistics. For those of you who may be wondering, this actually will be a relatively short update. Not because we didn't get a lot accomplished, but just what was accomplished. So let's get after it here. So, first off, you can see we are at 159.3 hours. We have completed 544 missions. And when I say we, I mean me. We're in year 3, and I have started picking up collectibles. I've got 11 out of 25, and those are just the ones I've stumbled across while I've been doing those 544 contracts. I haven't watched anybody who's put content out there that shows where all the collectibles are. Those are just the ones that I have personally stumbled across. And you can see our money is sitting at 276,845. So that's not too shabby at all, especially when you consider, if we go up here, you may recall last time we were together on here, 50 hours ago or more, our loan was at $450,000. We started with a $250,000 loan. And now we are at 198,700. So we have brought our loan down below the starting point. So that's very good news. And I've managed to spend some money, believe it or not. Well, we have to have something to show for those 544 contracts. I think that's roughly 200 more than we had last time. So basically in that 50 hours, I've done 200 plus contracts. And so for assets, or let me say maybe infrastructure might be a better word for the farm, I bought this truck that we're looking at here. Now, I do believe when we were together last, we had the International Out of the Plains and Prairie Pack and the Wilson trailer. I just upgrade these. I did a whole bunch of harvest contracts we got in this year, and I found that outfit was just a little bit long for the sell points. It was fine to get around the map and everything, but at the sell point, there always seemed to be an obstacle I get hung up on, just because mostly the trailer was too long. So I swapped it out for the back portion of the Super Bee, and you can tell it's a little bit shorter. Actually, it's quite a bit shorter, truth be told, but it does hold the same amount, so we really didn't lose anything. I swapped out the International for this Day Cab Pete. It just came out on itch, so actually neither one of these I've used. All I did was drive him down from the shop and park him here, so hopefully that works out all right. We're slightly ahead on the money for it, so I just went ahead and did it, and we'll give it a try. And then the other thing is, you can see in the background, but let me run back here so you can get a better look. Should have maybe gone into flight mode. Oh, there we go. We've got our silos. So this farm build for the challenge is pretty much complete, because we needed to have a house, which we actually have 2. We needed to have a buildable item, which we have, which is our house up there, and we needed a silo. So we have accomplished all of those. The one thing that this farm requires is its a dedicated production, and we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. So that is the silo I selected. The most important selection criteria was that it was blue for our Blue Power New Holland farm. So I think it is multi-fruit, and I think it's 1 million or more. Like I said, when I saw it and it was blue, and it had the right footprint to fit in here, just alongside the road, there was an old smallish shed in there that I took out, and then just kind of landscaped the area. And I think it turned out pretty good. So it's like located between our main shop buildings down here and our secondary shop buildings that are up here. And I haven't done anything else, any other expansion in here. I will be doing that, but I'm just kind of waiting to see what our actual needs are going forward. We don't need the space right at the moment, so I will be taking advantage of that. And you see, we have some bales sitting here ready. Well, they're not ready to sell or they'd be sold, but some silage fermenting that we can sell off in a bit. Okay, so there's just one more thing. That wasn't all the money I spent. The rest I spent on land. So if we take a look at the map here. Now, when we were together last, we had purchased, I guess I should have looked it up. One of these two grass fields. I'll zoom in here so you can hopefully see the numbers. I can't remember which one we bought first, if it was 11 or 12. It doesn't matter, because it wasn't too long after I left you that I bought the other one. So we have the two grass fields now, 11 and 12. And then when I started looking for land, I was thinking I would buy, I wanted something close. And the first field I was looking at was this field 15, but it had carrots in it. And I thought, man, don't know if I can really afford to deal with carrots at the time. But the contracting was like we had an excellent kind of spring, summer contract season. And when I realized that carrots were in 13 here as well, I thought, you know what, maybe we could do carrots. We'd just lease the harvester. If we had two fields, it would be worthwhile. We'd have enough carrots to justify the expense of that large harvester. And these fields weren't terribly expensive. This one was 139. So this one was the one that was, just over 105. So I did go ahead and buy those before the AI got to them. And this arable slash contracting farm was going to do some vegetables, and its dedicated production was going to be the cannery. And so actually, I don't even know where the cannery is, but let's go and visit that, shall we? I have the icons on. Oh, we jumped right to it. I guess I really didn't need the icons on. So let's go ahead and click this. Now we don't have enough money to buy it. It's 330,000, but I came across a mod that makes this all possible. We're going to lease it. We can lease it for $904 a day. Well, that's not bad because that'll actually be a month. So we are going to lease that bad boy so we can process our carrots in here. Now, we are going to buy this eventually. And, truth be told, I could take out a loan and buy it. But, I mean, I worked hard to get that loan paid down. And I actually want to check out how this mod works. So my hope is, off of those two fields, I think carrots yield pretty well, from what I understand. We'll be able to fill this up. A buddy of mine says I think it's going to be around 250,000 liters, and it'll process that in a year. If it doesn't have enough off those two fields, there is another small carrot field we could buy up north here. Again, you can't see my mouse pointer for some reason, not recording. I don't know why. So there it's right in the center of the map. And so it's just a little bit north and slightly east of our current fields. We could buy that, or there's a large sucker down here as well, that down by the ferry, that we could buy if we needed more carrots. But I'm hoping with these two fields that we can get enough and get them processed, and have the factory run for a year. And then after that, we'll be in a position to buy it. Where the heck am I? I don't even know where this factory is. Oh, farmer's market. Oh, there's a landmark I recognize. Okay, well, let's just jump in here. So we need to harvest those bad boys, and we're going to lease that machine. Don't quite know how much it is to lease, but I know it's expensive. But let's go find out together, shall we? Um, I think, is it under here? Yes. I am going to lease this Ropa. So let's customize that. Oh, we can change the color on that bad boy. Can we get to the list? Oh, look at this. I think that's almost our New Holland Blue Power. It's not quite. Actually I stole that. That's from the International in the Plains and Prairie pack. It's that blue, but it's pretty close. I wonder if we can change. I don't mind the yellow tires. Oh, front guard. Absolutely, we can change that. Actually, let's make it. What is it? Kind of a gray, right? I don't know if it's quite that dark, like that. Kind of like the New Holland has. Yeah. All right. I like that. We'll leave the yellow tires for a nod to the yellow Blue Holland. So it doesn't look too bad. So we're going to lease that. How much is that sucker going to be to lease? 30 grand. And what's hours? 12,000 an hour. Oh, wow. I hope we make money at this. Okay. So we've leased that. And that's what we're going to buy because you can see the header for it. We can do sugar beets, red beets, carrots, and parsnips. So for our canning factory, we're going to, my plan is to have these three root crops, the red beets, carrots, and parsnips, and then add one more. And I'm kind of leaning toward peas. I mean, you can't have carrots without peas, can you? So that's what I'm thinking we'll process in our canning factory eventually. Okay, so we need to customize this. Can we do the same colors? Yes, we can. Go grab this. Bit of yellow for effect. Okay, we'll lease. How much is that to lease? Another 5 grand. 35 grand we're into leasing. Alrighty. But that's why I left the money up top, was in case we need to buy another one of those fields. All right, well, let me get all of this organized and down to our fields, and we'll talk some more when we get there. So I will catch up with you in just a minute. All right, we are set up here on field 15. That's the a little bit larger field on the south side of the road. And we are looking at our first little wrinkle. I was planning on carting our vegetables using our tractor and our Bailey trailer, but I thought our Bailey trailer had a larger capacity than it does, and it would only hold about a half a harvester full. So I went and leased this trailer here. It holds 60,000 liters, so that's just about well, I guess that's 1.5 harvester loads now that I think about it. So we're going to put that to use. You can actually put a cover on it. I didn't for this purpose. And it has rear steer. So I'm thinking I'm going to test this guy out on the sell points I was having trouble with and see if it works okay, because the axles are ahead a little bit more than they were on the Wilson trailer, and I don't think it's quite as long. So we may be able to purchase that and use it for everything. But I'll do some tests on it first, but I'll do all that off camera. So don't be surprised if that's on the farm next time. And this field here, just before we jump in the harvester, this was my first target field for the simple reason, actually, just to remind you, there is our largest grass field here, and it was working on this field that I said, hey man, I could join these two fields together and make a large grass field. And that is when I noticed it had carrots in it. Oh, and I left the HUD on for a reason, because I keep forgetting about that. If you're watching on your phone, you won't be able to see it, but the yield potential on this field is 171,000 liters. So we'll see how close to that we get. That's why I left that on. And you may have noticed too, I've got the time cranked back up. And with the purchase of this field, we get the land all the way up to about here, roughly. And so my thinking was, it'd be a little steep for any type of crop field, but I could mow this. I could turn this into a large grass field. So that's what the plan is for this. And I'm going to take an odd tree out here, like this one. I'm going to dismantle that shed so we can kind of mow up into there. I think those trees are fine. So it might be just the one tree, maybe the tree behind where the truck is sitting, potentially. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to merge these two fields and turn it into a large grass field. And actually, if we motor on up the hill here and we just peek over the top, there's the farm right there. So as the crow flies, it's not very far away at all. And then if we just, while we're at it, jog over to the other side of the road to our other field right here, grass field. What I'm going to do here, there's our carrot field straight ahead of us. So I'm going to join this up. But what I'm going to do is I still have that portable sawmill you might recall that we used when we built our house. So I'm going to set it up down here in the wintertime, and I am going to pretty much go right through here. I'm going to log off these trees here and process them, and I will take those to the grain elevator museum and help them get on the go there. So I will then take this field and merge it with the grass field. Was there any trees up here we could take? No, it doesn't look like it. And this will be our crop field. And actually, how many carrots? I'm curious. We're going to get off this one. 156. I keep forgetting to check that we can get kind of heads up. So that's over 300,000. And I think the production, still up here, it holds, yeah, it only holds 240. So we're going to have almost 60, 70,000 liters of carrots we need to do something with. Now, I think that silo we bought might be multi-fruit. I know it's not very realistic. They may go in there. I do have downloaded a root crop storage that we could put in kind of in that secondary area if we needed to. So may do that. I am actually curious. So let's take a look. Prices here. That would be preserved carrots, I believe. Can we find what that is worth? Where are they? Preserved carrots. Best price 582. Oh yeah, so that'll be if we get we theoretically have enough carrots to fill it up. That'd be 125,000. If we sell all those at peak price, and we're into it for over 30,000 a leasing cost, but yeah, we should still be okay. We should come out ahead. Oh, you know what? We don't need this right now. I was going to use auto drive to cart, but it was having a few issues. Oops. Why did that come up? I don't want you. It was having a few issues, and I just don't have time in real life to fix them. So, and still get this recording done. So I will. Oh, I didn't unfold the harvester. I thought I had. Let's do that, shall we? Now you're a happy camper. Actually, we should be able to do this in cat. Lower it down. And away we go. So I was purposely waiting to do this episode for when these carrots are ready so we could do it together, a certain amount of it anyways. But the contracts, man, they were really, really good to me. Uh, this summer, I guess you wouldn't really call it fall. We're only in August. Uh, I mean, nice contracts for here, like in the $5,000 plus range. Yeah, for the harvest contracts and on. There was one harvest contract I did for 18,000. I'm used to doing, you know, if I got a $2,000 or $3,000 contract, I was pretty happy. I actually, so we could get on to doing this, left behind some $1,500 and $2,500 small harvest contracts I could have done yet, but I wanted to get so we could record this update, so I just left them. Normally I would be doing those. Let me make it around here. Oh, so close. We don't seem to have an indication on that display about the fill, but I got Sim Dashboard running here so I can look at it on there, keep track. I forgot to take a real good look at when the peak price for preserved carrots were, but it was in the middle of the year, so that'll work out pretty good. Now I have it on pretty good authority that if you take and buy that production after you've leased it, you lose any products that you have in it. So before we buy it, we are going to want to make sure that the carrots are all processed. But that won't be a problem because the leasing on the facility isn't too bad. But we are 100% going to buy that. We need to do that as part of the challenge. We need to own it. But when I found that mod and realized we could lease it, it made doing the carrots a lot more sense. Because if we were going to sell the carrots, I mean, I think they're only worth about $150 at peak price, something like that. I can't remember when I looked at it. When I first found out these carrots were in the field, that's why I said, oh shoot, I don't think that that makes any sense at all. That we wouldn't come out ahead by the time we leased the harvester and just sold the carrots off. I actually guess I could have accurately done the math on that if I'd remembered that I could get what the yield was going to be. Just one of the features that I keep forgetting about. Now, we wouldn't be doing these root crops if we had to do them like one row at a time, let me tell you. We are so close to full. Let's not run over any of our carrots here. I'll have to jump out of cab for this. Well, I guess the thing will be, will that pipe reach into that trailer? Alright. That just does that. Which should be. There we go. Oh yeah, it's gonna reach easily. Yeah, hopefully I can get around. There were two sell points I was using, the grain barge and the that was down south, and the other one was up here. I can't remember what it was called. Man, like that Wilson trailer would just get hung up. I even landscaped a bit of a larger turn area out of the cliff to see if that would help, and it was better. but I still get hung up there. So I'll take this trailer down and give it a try, and if it does work, I think we'll make a switch again, because it will do everything and it holds a little bit more. I was going to try the actual complete B train. It's just really expensive, and see if we'd be able to use that with the turn in the middle, if it would work out. But if this trailer works, we might just stick with this one, because we can do everything in one. The B train holds 80,000, that trailer holds 60, so that's not too bad. And it means that we get to use our Peterbilt in anger for the first time. Still going to have to rely fairly heavily on contracts, unfortunately, but we will have income coming in now from the carrots. Well, when we sell them, I guess that is. So we'll likely hang on to them for peak price, because they are preserved, so there's no reason they wouldn't keep. And then from we should get more silage off of this field than we did for the other two combined. We gained acreage on silage, so. We'll see where our finances are sitting, but it's quite likely in that other field we'll put vegetables back in there again of some sort, either carrots or one of the other ones. Now we are going to do other arable crops. It's not going. This farm isn't going to be solely focused on vegetables. It's just one of the things it's going to do, because my plan is it will provide some of the materials, or some of the feed, I should say, for the other farms as well. My idea is that the other farms I build will be specialty farms. They'll have for example, what I'm thinking is of building a sheep farm, and it will do some cotton, and it'll have all the specialized equipment required for cotton, but it will likely get its grass or hay from this farm. This farm will supply that. And that, kind of be the same for the cow farm. It may provide some of its, some of its own requirements, but if this farm is set up here that can do that work, why duplicate all that equipment? I'll just do it on this farm for the other farm. But each farm will have some unique equipment that it requires for either like its animals and or its production that it needs to support. All right, and we're full already again. Okay, we'll jump out here again. Get that out again. Now, is it going to remember? It doesn't look like it remembered. Maybe it did. It's going to work anyways. So I'm going to fill this truck up. This first one I'm going to go and unload off camera, so I'll leave you there because I turned all the zone markers off before I checked out where I got to dump it. So I'll get that all sorted out, and what I'll do is I'll get it full again and I'll bring you in for the second load. So I'll catch up with you in just a few minutes. All right. So our truck is full, our harvester is full, so that's 160,000 liters. That's what we have left for carrots. So I think we're going to do better than the 170 off there. But let's jump in the old truck and get these taken care of, shall we? I like that feature when you get in the vehicle, the door opens and closes. Oh, yes, of course, Farmer Murphy. Bit of a grunt to get rolling here. That's a steep old hill. You can see here, you can see the gear shift will move as it goes through the gears. Cool. Now, I don't think we need to worry about traffic on this road, but we better check. We're okay. Now, there are a couple sharp corners that we need to make on the way to the canning factory, and this trailer did it no problem. And I know the Wilson wouldn't do it because I tried. And that bodes well for potentially keeping this trailer. I just blew through that stop sign. I'll stop twice next time. It's all okay. Alrighty, better check for traffic here because we could get clocked at this corner if we're not careful. Boy, that's a hard grunt up that hill. Those carrots got some weight to them. And there's no, well, there isn't any unrealistic engine option on this truck, and it's not likely I would have taken it if it did. It's 500 horsepower, basically the same as what the International was. And I really like that International truck. It's just, like I said, it was giving me kind of problems at the sell point. So, but I do like this mod as well. This is had this truck in 22. I used it there. So this is one of the corners. We've got the best visibility out that way. You know what? Let's go at a cap here, just so we can see the bad view. But you can see we can make it around this corner no problem at all, and keep the trailer on the road. This one's even a little worse, I think. Got lucky, no traffic. But if we swing around, we can make her. Just like that. Now I have got the factory turned on. It is preserving as we speak. And actually we've got a really good access for dumping, so I'll be able to get auto drive to do this in the future. No problem at all. And I guess we'll need to do this so we can see when we're over the grade. That should do the trick. Now, this is the dump configuration. I think there's a push configuration for this trailer too. I'll have to look, but we probably should do that going forward, because there'd be some sell points we couldn't use this at if it was our only trailer. But I thought in reading the mod description that there was a push configuration. I'll have to look into that a little closer. All right. Well, I am going to leave you there, and I'm going to finish up with these 2 harvests, and I'll bring you back in to let you know where we finished as far as carrots go, and that is where I'll leave you at that point. So I will catch up with you when this carrot harvest is done. Well, we are pretty much done with the carrot harvest. I say pretty much because the truck is full, the harvester is full, and I have the typical Farmer Murphy 2,000 or 3,000 liters of carrots still sitting on the field needing to be harvested. But I needed to do something with the carrots because they're full, so I came down here to see if they would go in our silo, and if we jump in our truck and we try and empty, sure enough they will. So that's actually pretty handy. Now I did look, was that pipe got a collision on it? No, it doesn't. So close your eyes. Actually, if I came from the other direction, we'd be fine. But this trailer does have, it's actually a moving floor option. I just didn't turn it on. I did try it, and it was a bit of an odd unloading animation, but I do recall, I think there was a rear door option, how you configured that, so that's probably got something to do with it, I suspect. But in any event, even if it doesn't, it will unload without dumping if you wanted to. So there we go. So I am going to finish that up off camera, but I'm hitting a wall here time-wise in real life, so I need to wrap this episode up. But I pretty much accomplished everything I wanted to. I am pretty pleased with that trailer. I am going to do a test off camera, but I'm pretty sure it's going to stick around, and that we will sell off this trailer here just for the increased capacity. And the fact that I can do, put New Holland on it in blue doesn't hurt either. So where do we go from here? Like I said, I'm going to combine those fields this winter. I only have 40 hours before the next update is due, but my goal is to be in a position, even if we need to borrow the money, to buy farm number 2, because we're not 100% done on this farm as far as build-wise go, but we've met all of the criteria for the challenge, save owning the production, which I hope to do a year from now when the carrots are processed. So that's what you have to look forward to next episode. Which farm will it be? I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Depends where the money is. But that's kind of what I'm hoping. We'll start working on farm number 2. So I hope to see you then. And hopefully I won't be too long from now in real life. Because like I said, I do need to get the hours up on this map. So if you're still with me, I really appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to see when other content like this lands, hit that old notification bell. But for this episode here on Riverbend, it's Farmer Murphy signing off.